yes, I have a mask on because I care. Welcome to Jody's Corner.
Gracias por ver la esquina de Jody. Thank you for watching Jody's Corner.
You guys, thank you so much for watching Jody's Corner channel.
Thank you.
Best. Thank you for watching Jody's Corner.
Talk to me. That's exactly what you guys are going to do. You guys are going to talk to me because I have some bold stuff to say on this show.
Jody's Corner, we the house of the dragon. Jody's Corner be making it happen. It's the realest on the YT. Each and every week you can catch it on a live stream. If you didn't know, we came up from a galaxy's edge. And if these haters talking shit, then we gon' put it to bed. And the Jody Dom is real, homie. Pay your respects and come talk to me. I got bold stuff to say, but you can talk to me. Pull up on the line, you can talk to me. Whatever's on your mind, you can talk to me. I got bold stuff to say, but you can talk to me. Pull up on the line, you can talk to me. Whatever's on your mind, you can talk to me.
YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Jody Joe. Welcome to Jody's Corner. We are here. This is the House of the Dragon live after show. Thank you guys so very much for being here. Welcome, 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 welcome. Now I have the audio coming through both headphones, right? Audio has been fixed. I see D Smooth, Not a Shogun Assassin, JJ Smooth. Listen, I know you guys has been waiting for this. And we're finally here. The wait is over. We're new in the studio. The new studio. I got Sadler Ward and BG4 in the house. Special guest. BG4. Special guest Sadler Ward. Beautiful. It's so very good to be here with you guys. This is House of the Dragon live discussion. We just got finished watching House of the Dragon on Patreon. So I hope you guys are joining. Patreon.com/Jody's Corner. It was great. We got a lot to say.
A whole lot to say.
There's a whole lot to say about this episode. So let's go ahead and intro into this bad boy. Let's start the discussion. House of the Dragon episode 3 is in the bag. And now I got my man Sadler Ward and BG4 here with me to discuss this amazing episode. First thoughts on the episode. What's on your mind, Sad? How are you feeling? Because I'm a little bit up and down with it.
Honestly, this is the first time I'm a little bit disappointed.
I'll
lead with that, man. There were a couple of things in there that brought me back to the old days. A little bit of, I believe in this new improved House of the Dragon. I believe in Harvey Dent, but there's a couple little old things that I'm used to. The time travel from season 7 and season 8 took me a little bit out of my element.
So let's talk about that's the beginning of the very episode. We learned that 3 years go by.
Yep. Quantum leap.
Because it's the king's second name day, which means the king is of the ripe age of 2. There's 9 months worth of pregnancy. And maybe a couple of months before that with the whole shenanigans. 3 years have gone by since episode 2. That's quite a jump, bro.
That for episode 3, we took 6 months on episode 2, and I ate that. But today I felt like I got up to use the bathroom, and the boxer knocked out the other guy, and I came back from the bathroom, and the fight was over, and I didn't even start my hot wings. That's how I felt.
House of the Dragon is showing that it's just different with the pacing.
Yes.
Season 7, Season 8 of Game of Thrones was fast-paced like a motherfucker.
Okay.
I didn't like that.
I hated that.
The original Game of Thrones is incredibly slow. This one kind of found its spot right in the middle. But even with that 3-year gap.
That's a lot of time.
That's making people, that makes me question, like, what's all the stuff that's been happening then? You let 3 years go by. Wait. You mean to tell me that your son is born, Lady Alicent is pregnant with another child, looks like she's a whole 9 months. She's 9 months pregnant with another child, and they've been at war for 2 years? Your brother Damon been at war for 2 years with the crab people and shit? And you ain't did nothing to change that up? The war hasn't made its way to King's Landing. It's been very isolated and shit, but all this stuff went down. You got that sickness in your body. You lost 2 fingers. And 3 years go by, and we've been dealing with some drama in the meantime. I don't know, man. I feel like the book. The book isn't
cheated.
No, I ain't gonna say I feel cheated, because the book, the way the book is written, it's not written linearly like a regular novel. It's just
outline.
it's like an outline, and they're telling the story in outline format. And I could get with it. I could get with it, bro, because that way you leave little things out and you could get to the main shit.
I feel like, George R.R. takes 3 to 8 years to write a book. That's a long time to write a book. Madness for some of us. So if you're taking 8 years to write the book, I think his process is to outline, when he's doing 100 years, 200 years in his book, you have to start with that outline. And it feel like the publishers were like, George is never going to get any bigger than this. None of us are getting any younger. You're not a spring chicken. What if you pass away without finishing the trilogy? Where's the world going to be? Let's just give us the outline and we'll print it up as a book and we'll get to it. And then I also feel the same way regarding, we were 172 years before Khaleesi, right? That's what they told us in episode 1, right? Yeah. So now we're only 164 years away from Khaleesi. It makes me feel like by season 3, it'll all mesh together like a damn Star Wars trilogy. I thought that 172 years gave us enough time to slow walk this. Maybe I would have wanted to see the birth. I would have wanted to see the interaction between
Rhaenyra and Alicent?
Alicent and Rhaenyra. I don't want to see depressed Rhaenyra running around. I want to see her confront her best friend. I want to see the shock of, were you doing this with my father? When you were mourning the death of my mother with me? Or when did you do this? And I was anticipating that and I didn't get that.
And in the meantime, we are hit with the beginning of the episode looking something like a war zone. Like, wait, we're thinking episode 3 is leading off right where episode 2 let off, where it kind of showed that crab-faced guy looking in the distance towards the sky, which kind of made us allude to the fact that, oh, here comes Damon on the dragon. Well, that kind of was the thing, but years have gone by since, and the war's been going on, and we've been seeing stuff like this here. A full-scale war. Bro. Even the dragon, bro. Even the dragon was getting barraged by arrows. And Damon got hit while on the dragon and he fled away.
Yeah.
This is one of the parts for me that I kind of didn't really understand. You got motherfuckers on the cliffs with arrows shooting at you, right? All right, the dragon put his wings up. The arrows don't hit. Arrow hit. He runs and the dragon flies off. I'm expecting the dragon to double back and just burn those men up there that are shooting the arrows. Problem solved. But no, they made up this story of, oh, they can run in the caves and they're hiding away. So these fools up here on the cliffs are able to run out, get arrows out, shoot you, make you run away, and if you fly at them with dragon fire, they'll just run back in their cave and you can't do nothing. So it's a game of chicken. Shoot them. Hide in the hole. Hide in the hole. Hide in the hole. You guys are starving. And then when Damon, fast forward, Damon, that last scene really quick, where Damon makes landfall and he pretends to surrender, a very dishonorable thing in my opinion. Scummy. I know you got to do what you got to do in war, but there's some rules that don't get crossed. He's willing to cross them. All of a sudden, the army's there on shore and they're charging.
Yeah.
How'd the army get there? One of the reasons was, if the army can't approach because you can shoot catapults at them, shoot arrows at them. You mean to tell me it only took 5 minutes for these fools to get across the freaking the island and shit? It's just the execution. My biggest issue isn't the story. I'm loving this story. This episode is still fire. It's the directorial execution of the action that doesn't help this episode much, in my opinion. You feel what I'm saying?
I can lend myself to dragons. I can lend myself to magic. But I also need you, for me as a viewer, I need you to make it make sense. And for me, why aren't they starving in the caves? Do they have an abundant amount of food and supplies in the caves? Are they eating the crabs also? Like, how can they survive in caves when you have access to land? To me, that's called backing someone in a corner. I feel like a dragon could fly above the ground with a bucket of rocks and literally turn the bucket over and dump rocks on the arrowmen. The height has the advantage. They can drop tar bombs. We've seen them do it. The technology isn't that bad where
he's taking an L with his dragon, bro. Damon's taking an L with a dragon.
But
he
then
took
we
an L with a
also
dragon.
found out that
There's another dragon.
we also found out that
I thought that was Damon's dragon that my man was riding.
no,
No,
there
that
had
was a
more than
separate
one dragon, Jody. That's
There
what's
was two
crazy to me.
dragons.
You're taking an L with two dragons out there?
House
What's
Corliss,
up?
House Corliss has dragons.
But yeah, apparently Corliss's son is a dragon rider.
Yeah, since he's half.
and the right, and the mother's a Targaryen as well, right?
That's
I didn't see the mother this
how
whole
you-
episode.
But then that makes me go back to the beginning of the episode. Okay, well, if Damon is down there, he's fire on the island and everybody, and the arrows are at him. How come he's not on this other dragon now seeing where they're shooting from and taking them out with the other dragon? That's what was going through my head.
There's so many strategic advantages having not just one dragon, but two dragons. And these fools are on an island in caves. I will send dragon fire in that cave hole and burn y'all out. And if I don't burn y'all out, I'll melt it and collapse it down.
and suffocate
This is some weird
you all.
stuff,
It's going to
bro.
be so hot in there, there's no oxygen for you. You're dead.
We're talking about dragon fire, which is hotter than fire. It's special. It's magical. Bro, that dragon fire will melt that whole mountain, bro. Let's keep it 1,000.
Two dragons take a boulder together up in the air with two dragon riders with one big boulder, and you break the boulder on the front of the cave. Are they not trapped in the cave after that or no? Am I bugging out? And I'm not war council.
You can't get out if I block your entry out.
Yeah.
By melting it. It's just weird to me. It's the
So
stipulation
now you can't mess
that the
with
writer.
now you can't mess with the ships.
Even
Now
if
we can
you
go ahead
don't,
and have passage. We don't have to worry about you anymore. You can just stay in your hole.
let's
So-
say the dragon can't carry a boulder with my far-fetched idea. Couldn't a dragon carry big balls of hay and set them on fire and drop them down in front of the caves where you get smoke them out? They can't breathe, and then they're coming out.
You don't even have to do something as technical as that. It's a simple matter of just melt this rock. Dragon fire melts rock. Hello, Harrenhal. Harrenhal's melted because the dragon did that.
So if they were hiding in dragon stone caves, it would be different, right? Because
No.
they can't melt dragon stone. It's already been melted, right?
What? Burn. Melt all that, bro. This dragon fire is special, man. And you telling me that these fools is hiding in the cave like the freaking ISIS, Osama bin Laden and shit. Well, nah. That's not how this works.
I just hope you all enjoyed this episode more than me, because I enjoyed it, but I had some real problems with this stuff already. And it's too soon for me to have. I just bought this car. I've only been to work 3 times, and now I'm having engine
All right, so
trouble.
what's the problem for you? What is the See, these are just little nitpick gripes for me. The whole war scene, that's a problem. Because it makes me think that, and you don't show him kill the Crab King. You just walk out with his corpse.
That's a fight I
What's the
needed
point
to
of
see.
What's the point of you having a big budget? Show me shit. The point of House of the Dragon has the biggest budget ever. Oh, millions and millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars, I want to see everything. I want every single last dollar spent showing me what's up. Don't skim me off no fight. Don't skim me off no dragon fire. Don't skim nothing, bro. And to be honest, it looks like the exact same quality of Game of Thrones. I do not see more quality here over the show Game of Thrones. In fact, later episodes of Game of Thrones seem to be a little bit more quality. Those dragons sure look better on Game of Thrones.
Some of the CG was bad with the antlers and that animal, the
Yeah,
stag.
but I ain't tripping off that. Show me that action though. Don't skimp me by showing me this Crab King being a problem for you, and then he just walks towards the cave, and then automatically he's walking out with half a body.
Do you remember early on in Game of Thrones where they built up the Night King and everybody felt like there was built it up to be this big giant fight? Oh, that's all he did? This is BG4's Night King impersonation. We never even got to
this is the crab feeder.
Crab feeder in person. We never even got to see why he was a menace, why he was feared. We got nothing from him, and he knew the dragon was coming, and he just looked around.
This is his work.
He had 0 lines. He was menacing looking, but they gave him nothing. That was him, right? He was a mime. And I felt like with the Night King or one of those other villains, there was some villain back in the day that they built up so big for this big battle, and he got killed like that. And you were like, wait, what? This could wait for killing of the crab.
Look, you had no problem sealing the cave now, right there. Look, just comes out with it. Walks
How,
out.
though?
Just walks out. Showed him walking towards the cave, and he just walks out that bad boy. You know what I'm saying?
Did the crab feeder have
wasn't
any
impressive.
weapon or anything? Nothing. Just looked around.
We don't
like
know.
BG4.
We don't know because it's a whole fight
I
we
mean,
didn't get.
he's good with a spike and a hammer, of course, because he loves to pin people. But other than that, we got nothing out of him. I don't even know if it was his strategy.
He
as a
drags his
pirate.
body out to the water, and that's the end of his story. My Targaryen bro, he looks back like, oh shoot, you got him?
Only way is if he's on.
Gotta say, love the score here. I love the
That's fine.
throniness.
That's good.
I love the. I still like the episode a lot. It's just what we're doing is we're talking about the main things that gave us gripes, and then we're gonna talk about the other things. There's a lot of drama going on here, a lot of stuff with the king, with Alicent, with Rhaenyra that we're gonna talk about. We're far from done here. Go ahead. You got a thought, Zach? Go ahead.
No. I was just commenting on his costuming, like the rivets in the helmet that look like the dreadlocks and feel like the dreadlocks. I'm really into their armor, their look,
Right.
the whole Driftmark,
Got you.
house from Driftmark. They're really, doing their thing. They look different than anything I've ever seen before, and it was nice. That part was refreshing for me.
Yeah, I agree. I think that this is still a good episode. It's a really good episode. It's just not as good as the first two, in my opinion.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, I was definitely underwhelmed by the end of this episode itself. Everything leading really up to their solution of how we're going to defeat the crab feeder, I was fine with.
It's the execution of the war. So here, he lured him out. He lures him out. Crab King walks out. Damon gives up his arms. He approaches like, yo, man, this is it, bro. Y'all want this sword? I'm done. Y'all got it. It's y'all world. Y'all got it. Crab King comes out and he's like, yo, I'm looking in the sky. I don't see no dragons. Is this legit? This ugly Crab King guy. This fool's ugly than a motherfucker. I thought he had some special powers or he could fight really well.
I hope it's not him.
They bring people out, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, see what's up, checking for arms, and then Damon hits him with the oopty wop, and then all war breaks out. You know what I'm saying? He's killing folks. Now, I got to tell you guys about my biggest gripe here. There it is. An arrow finally hits. Thousands of arrows are shot at him, and not one of them hit him. He's able to get across the entire beach without a single arrow striking him. An arrow strikes him, as we saw in this scene at the end, after he already did catastrophic damage and that his army has already came ashore. But I'm sitting back looking at these arrowmen. Pull, release. They're shooting. They shot 5 waves, and not one of these hundreds of men could land a single arrow on my guy. That's a little bit unbelievable for me. I'm like, man, at least get him hit with an arrow, roll, and keep running. But no, they're just terrible shots. But those same arrowmen will shoot you off a dragon in the middle of the night, though.
But you know where my problem lies?
Where?
He shows up at the tourney with the most beautiful armor we've ever seen on Game of Thrones, outside of the son of Robert Baratheon, the bastard son. Okay. So you wore more armor to the tourney than you wore to an actual war?
Well, he remember when
Well,
he
I
was,
feel like he
was
took his
when
armor
when
off,
he was
right?
with the council and everything before he got the letter from the brother.
He had the helmet.
He had his helmet and all the armor on. He did this to display, I'm trying to
Surrender. It was a guise
So that's
to show
why there was
I'm-
no armor. That's why there's no
Yeah.
armor here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what that
Because
was.
he is running through there with leather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was his fake piece.
So he decides to do this, right? He decides to after let me paint the picture for you guys. For 2 years he's at war. They're getting nowhere. Their forces are slowly falling, dwindling. The morale of the men are bad. He looks back at the morale of the men when he gets back off of his dragon. I mean, which scene was that? Was that this?
Right here.
Right around here. Where he decides. This scene here.
Skinny dragon.
He arrives. Damon comes down.
Fighting this war. What role have you
Dragon
played in
above
this
them.
council,
They're not phased.
other than master of complaints?
Enough, they know.
If King's Landing will not support Damon, why should any of us?
About 15 more seconds.
He says, if the king won't support Damon, why should any of us? And he says it out loud for all the men to hear to cause dismay. Where my man, I gotta get
Corlys
Valerian says, even though we're flesh and blood, I ain't gonna have too much of this whole shit about
Yeah.
you trying to bring dismay amongst this camp.
Yeah.
You feel me, player? We go out back, and that I appreciate it. But it shows that there's dismay amongst these people. He's losing his people. Damon is not commanding the respect of these men.
Yep.
It's been 2 years of losses. You following me?
Yeah.
All right.
You know what?
So 2 years of losses has been going down. And now, at the second year on the 9th inning, in the 4th quarter, there's extra innings. We're in the overtime, all the extra stuff. A letter comes. A letter comes from the brother who says, brother, I don't wish to see you squall in your war. I want you to win. I'm sending you aid. I'm sending you so-and-so ships with so-and-so men.
Thousands of men.
And then all of a sudden, the plan to do this happens. Oh, well, we've been at war losing for 2 years. Let me go ahead and go to this island and risk it all and win. You feel me?
Yeah, it don't
You
make
feel me
sense.
about that convenience of that plot? You know what I'm saying? That don't taste good. I ain't buying that.
No.
You buying that?
Not at all.
No,
man.
I definitely didn't buy it.
Did you guys at home buy that? Did you guys at home buy that scene? I know, and I understand there's a lot of people that like the action junkies. We appreciate the action. I appreciated the action. But the difference with me is action is a tool that's best used when it's paired with a great narrative. When you believe in the action scene and it makes sense, it makes the action that much better. Rather than it have mindless action or action just for the sense of having action. See, in the episode, Damon's going to do something cool. Let's make it happen. Lead up into that to the point where we believe it narratively and it makes it resonate with us a lot more strongly. Theron says he doesn't buy it. He's a book reader. He knows all about this stuff. So, I want to know how you felt about the plan that Damon had, which didn't seem too much like a plan. They were talking about it at the table. Baby Beyonce's brother, Jaden Smith, Targaryen Jaden Smith, the son of Corlys.
Started with an L, right?
He said he wanted us. He mentioned, guys, he wanted to send somebody across as bait, a decoy.
Yeah.
And they said, well, show me a man that's willing to do this. I'll show you a man who doesn't have his wits or is crazy in the head. Guess what? It happened to be Damon.
Yeah,
He's the one willing to do it.
And he suggested him. He's like,
Damon.
It's like, what? No. It's not going to do it.
Yeah.
He went and did it.
Yeah.
Now, I wonder if Damon would have actually done it prior to getting the letter. I'm curious about that. But just overall, the fact that they have this plan right now, and it's been 2 years, almost 3, with this war, and this is what they're able to come up with at this time, that this is the only solution that we have. There had to have been other ways or other solutions for them. Yeah, part of your issue was they're bombing your ships. There's no supplies or anything for them to get to the men to keep the morale up. But it just seemed like it was their last-ditch effort anyway. Otherwise, there would have probably been a mutiny. But just to see how it was executed, seeing Damon just show up there, it was interesting. It did make me, in the beginning, like, is he really giving up? He would rather give up instead of take on the assistance from his brother. And then...
So, very
Nice. Donation coming to the studio.
Do it.
The lights in
New
here.
era. This is
Lights
a
in
new
here are
era.
working or not. Gotta reset the lights up in this motherfucker. Thank you for the love. Who was that? Xavier.
Dead when JC Live 1 happened.
Okay.
Let me see if
Never
I got
came
this
back.
here. Oh, you
Thank
talking
you
about
for the
the
donation.
riding of the horses?
Thank you, sir.
But it just didn't feel too believable for me. It was like a really, really poor man's version of the end of 300 when he puts down his spear and he puts down his shield, and then the narrator's letting you know this is actually what's happening. He was taking these things off so he could make sure that he could get a clean throw at him. But
You guys up for
this
some
was
YouTube
just not-
racism? Check this one out.
Oh, sure.
My man here says he was looking for us. He said with his $10, he said, that's crazy. They don't even have you at the top of my subscription that you like. I had to type in your name. Shaking my head. YouTube is failing. Yeah, people, my alerts don't go out. YouTube got me in the shadow realm. Black.
So listen, what I'd love for you guys to do. We're well aware that we're not getting promoted like we need to be getting promoted, so we're gonna have to come to you. Thank you for that donation, by the way. You gave money. That's a big deal.
Much appreciated.
But a lot of you who can't give money, throw this on your Facebook page. Throw a clip on your TikTok if we have a special moment that you think will be great. Just, they can't stop us because they can't stop you. So if they don't stop you, they might not promote us, but if you promote us, they're doing the job for them. So let's push back. I need to push back campaign. You know what I'm saying? So let's push back. Throw it up. I'm gonna do something special for those that are
Change that to
pushing
episode
back.
3, Jody, on the banner.
People that are pushing back, I'm going to do something nice for you guys. I don't know what yet. I'm getting something in mind. Me and Jody are plotting and planning on something like that.
Thank you,
now,
Roller
I'm
Coaster.
glad you brought up 300, BG4, because I got a lot of 300 moments. Two things have happened to me today. This morning, Damon had become one of my favorite male characters in the show.
Okay.
I did not like
Mine
him.
too.
I couldn't get past his face. I seen him
Oh, I
as a
love the
regular
face.
actor. I can't stand his face. And we have a sub who named himself after Damon in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a dope sub, and he's going hard for Damon. And I took a step back outside of myself and just really observed that Damon is a guy who's been wronged by his brother.
Mm-hmm.
The big problem for me, now this works and doesn't work. I decided that Damon is in the right. He had no choice but to flee his brother. He said, brother, you sent me away. All you ever do, you sent me to the Vale. You sent me to King's Landing. You made me head of the city, the Gold Cloaks.
Yes.
City Watch.
City Watch. You've done everything except put me by your side to be hand of the king. However, I was with Damon week 2 when he said, yo, you never, why, well, who, you know, I have a good hand of a king. He's like, you're weak. And he's right. His brother needs to be told the truth. But thus far, Damon has not proved that he could be good war counsel. Your best war move against a pirate peasant was a sneaky, dirty, underhanded trick? How could you? Maybe you're not fit to be hand of the king, Damon, because you clearly I didn't see any of the gold cloaks with you. You're getting all of your advice from the Driftmark folks, the Navy. I don't understand who's your number one general and how come he didn't step up. I've seen more talk between you and your woman than you as far as being like a boss. Who's your number 2, Damon? And without a number 2...
I guess that's Corliss. I
But
guess Corliss put himself in that position.
He did, but
Yeah.
Damon should still, being the leader of the City Watch, should have a master of arms that's advising him as well. He don't even got a number 2 go-to guy.
Yeah, because he's not legitimate. He ain't no heir.
So how
That was
could he
taken
ever
away.
be hand
He hoeing over there at Dragonstone, which ain't even his.
Right.
Don't even belong to him.
with 2,000 men?
Yeah, what's that?
Oh, let's not even get into that.
It was 2,000 men. They ain't 2,000 no more if you took them to war. You've been getting ate up.
I want to know if the whore got pregnant, even though I'm just saying.
3 years went by.
It's a small thing, but geez.
3 years went by. He might have a son we don't know about for all we know. But one thing we know is that she got one. She's got a son and she's got one on the way.
On the way.
So there was a riff in this episode between who you see on screen, Lady Alicent Hightower, and with Rhaenyra. Shout out to the new member. Coins up in the air. Coins from my man joining. Shout out to DJ. DJ, man. Shout out to DJ. Thank you for joining the memberships, homie.
Tight.
There's been a rift between Lady Alicent and her best friend, Rhaenyra, the princess, the heir. She's having to deal with a whole lot of stuff, y'all. Mm-hmm. I can't blame her for everything that she's involved in. I'm talking about Lady Alicent right now. Her father has put her up to all of this stuff. Her father made her make the king fall in love with her. It succeeded. He married her. Having two of his children. And she's in a rock and a hard place. She's trying to be nice to her friend, Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra don't want to have it. She wants to appease her father. That's what she's doing. She wants to appease the king because her father said so. She wants to help the king. She's involved in a triangle, and she has no power. She has no say-so in anything that she does, which makes me feel like she might pop soon. She's under pressure, bro.
She's now being pulled in 5 directions because she has her children now that she's loyal to them.
Yep.
The love of children trumps all, right? Then you have your love for your father. Now you have love for your girlfriend, who you feel guilty about, and the least love is the king. But I'm looking at her hand. Where, if y'all can see that if Jody brings that picture full screen, when she's nervous, she has that tick where she picks at her hands become bloody. When her brother was getting beat up, her hands is clean as a whistle. That is not by mistake. No wounds, no heels.
Let's play this scene really quick and look at the riff. This scene's powerful because it shows a riff in power, and it shows how, even though I'm trying to be your friend, I don't have to be your friend.
Mm-hmm.
I am the motherfucking queen.
Kibosh.
I could do some real damage if I'm on your bad side.
Yes, but
Then at once, Your Grace.
but it needn't be. None of it needs be this way in truth, Rhaenyra.
Your Grace.
Well,
You are to stay by order of the princess.
the Queen commands you to leave the Godswood at once.
Princess.
Right there. I'm the one that got the power here. I'm trying to befriend you. I'm trying to be, let you know I'm sorry for smashing on your daddy, having a baby and all that, and lying to you and shit. But that right there let Rhaenyra know that you might be the heir, but Rhaenyra's got the power right now.
I've surpassed you.
She's leapfrogged you.
I have, and it's not by mistake that they put it in the same spot where they used to read the books together.
Yeah.
This is one of their favorite childhood places.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Rings of Power have as many sex scenes as House of the Dragon. That's nice. Thank you. I'm telling you, man. I think Alicent is getting the short end of the stick in too many situations, and she might do something to hurt herself or somebody else, bro. Just saying, put that out there. Look out for that. On top of that, let's talk about my girl right here, Rhaenyra.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
She's going through it. She's been quiet for far too long. You won't talk to your daddy. Your daddy made a mistake. Your daddy's doing things that you don't like. I don't like your daddy. The king is a whole bitch. He should die in this episode. I want him dead last week. But I ain't get my wish yet. But even knowing that I don't like the king, I still acknowledge the real. And the real is he's tried to come to you many times to try to appease you. He sent my man Lannister your way. He sent Lannister your way to try to give your hand in marriage. You was like, I ain't want no parts of that. And you're lashing out your dad. You're lashing out at him. He has tried, and he told you that he's guilty about your mother. He said how much he loved your mother, how much he made a mistake. And even in this episode, he had a moment where he admitted, I killed my wife. I am the one who killed my wife. Those of you guys who like what's written. He blames himself, and he holds so much guilt for the things that he's done. And he's tried multiple times to come to to Rhaenyra, and Rhaenyra always gives him the attitude. She always has smart, smirky things to say, and I understand why she's frustrated, but that's not solving any problems. You have to talk to your father. And in this episode, there was a scene where she actually told her father exactly how she felt. She said, "You're trying to replace me with the boy. Everybody knows it. You want to get rid of me as far as your heir. The son who's 2 years old is going to come of age, and I'm gone." Finally, that's what he needed to hear, the king, so he could give. I'm not going to replace you. You're wrong about me. You're wrong how you're judging me. You're listening to the people of the town that your little brother's going to usurp you and be the king. And I'm telling you, he said, on my wife's memory, I will not unair you.
Supplant you, yeah.
Supplant is the word he uses. Thank you. Which means you will be heir. Respect for him for doubling down.
No respect for him. I disagree with you, Jody. I don't think that... I watched that episode again. He did not come to his daughter. He was simply having dinner in the same room as his daughter, and she approached him to have the real conversation. As a matter of fact, he told his girlfriend, "What's going on with Rhaenyra? Rhaenyra."
I'm not talking about that scene.
But what
I'm
I'm
talking about
saying
he's made efforts to talk to his daughter.
This is the first effort he made.
No, it's not.
At
the beginning of the episode, he was looking for his daughter.
Where's my daughter?
She wasn't there because she's already a depressed teenager. Once you got a depressed teenager, she's not undepressing. She don't want to be around him.
But that don't mean he's not making
the effort. You got to do your duty, though, bro.
He's still making the effort, though. He wants her around.
Yes, it's still effort.
Was he looking for them? Or
yes, he was screaming his daughter's name.
Sure, he wasn't out there, but he was looking for her.
He was at his son's birthday party asking where is his daughter. He did not go looking for her.
He can't go look for her. He's the king. He has stuff to do.
He's
got people to say.
Last week she flew all the way to Dragonstone. He didn't even know she was gone. Your daughter's back from Dragonstone. Dragonstone? What was she doing there? He is an absentee father who disrespected and did her mother dirty. He's a liar and he's a cheat. He's whack, man.
He is whack.
She knows she can't trust him.
I'm not putting Dragonstone on the king.
So she don't lash out. So she's not lashing out, being a little bratty.
She is reactionary. Yes.
She's being bratty. But she's running off into the forest on a horse where her knight, who's supposed to protect her, got to come protect her.
King didn't know that.
Well into the night, where a boar almost killed her.
The king did not know that because he was busy getting drunk at the party for his 2-year-old son.
Where she should have been.
Why? Why should she be there? She has a right to be jealous of that kid.
I'm not saying she's
it's her duty, bro. You're the royal family.
She can feel how she wants to feel, but that was part of the discussion he had throughout the entire episode. Look, there's still duty to be involved. Like, there are certain things that have to be done.
She's you're the king. She's very loyal to a degree, but people can only take so much.
She could at least say, even if she wants to be
Man, I might be a trash king.
I'm going outside.
If you kill my mother,
she got on a horse and left.
I'm not loosening up. I feel the same way forever. I'm not going to get over you killing my mother.
Yeah.
Whether you're my father
How about,
or not.
I'm the motherfucking king. Bring your butt here. He ain't done that yet. I'm the motherfucking king.
Once.
Come here, sit your butt down. He hasn't done that to her lad.
He hasn't done that with anybody.
He's letting her be free.
He's a coward.
It's not that he's a coward. He's allowing his daughter, and then he even said it. She's mad because she thinks I'm selling you off to the Lannister. He said, even at the end of this conversation that he had right here, where he's showing compassion and she's showing this fool a whole bunch of freaking lip.
Hey, Swag.
Only time she's...
Take a listen. Let's take a listen.
Strengthen your own claim.
Strengthen your own claim.
Shore up your succession. Multiply.
Get pregnant. Have a baby.
Listen to what he says.
Search him out. Find one that pleases you. As I did.
She's about to cry. He's giving her something she didn't... Look. She's about to cry here. In this scene. No, I'm not trying to whore you to the Lannister. I want you to be happy. No, you want to get rid of me because I'm not the rightful heir. The rightful heir? I named you heir. I made all these houses bend to you. Marry who you want. I won't even do it. Go and pick your own suitor.
And he even, what was it, Lannister, he even corrected him when at the party. I haven't said she's not the heir.
Yeah.
What makes you think that? Oh, well,
Yeah.
we all just assumed. And what,
The way Damon move and the king move is the same way. They want to disrespect the family members, and they don't want nobody else to disrespect the family members. I can talk. That's that parent.
Yeah, that's that shit. That's how it should be.
They're in power.
I can disrespect my brother, but you can't disrespect my brother.
They're the ones in power. It's
However, he hasn't done anything for her. It's all been talk.
He named her heir over Damon.
When he had no
Now,
other
I say-
choice. Only because he was manipulated into that. That wasn't by something in his soul.
What do you mean by manipulated into that? He chose that because
he
didn't want Damon to come.
King and the rest of the small council
And
said that Damon would be horrible for the throne and he might kill him. And he was like, how dare you?
That's not what did it. That king for a day shit.
Right.
Yeah, the heir for the
Angry.
day.
The heir for a day, which we don't even know if it's true or not. Let me go to my donator right here. Aaron, shout out to Aaron. Thank you very much, bro. He says this dude Damon turned into a superhero. Oh my, thank you. I'm glad someone else is saying it. He said this dude Damon turned into a superhero that didn't feel like Game of Thrones to me. Besides that, I thought the episode was pretty good. I agree. First time this season, there was severe logic flaws, though.
Yes.
100% agree. That's what we're saying. Right here on Jody's Corner, we're going to keep it 1,000. We're not going to lie to you for views. I'm not going to lie to you for subs. You sub here, you view here, because we're going to tell y'all the truth of how we feel. And I agree with this man. He was on some unbelievable... You can't kill me. I'm not going to die here.
He was surrounded by 300 people.
With arrows.
And they all get within 20 feet of him and stop.
And stop. Say that again, Sad. Let's not say it again. We can freaking look at that scene again. God damn. That shit killed me. Where? Did it happen already here? No, attack hasn't happened. About to run out on him now.
Forward. You're there. He's just getting to the side of the island right there.
You know, y'all know Braveheart is one of my favorites. I love Gladiator. I love an underdog.
Right. It's after he cuts him, right?
I live for this type of stuff. But it has to make sense.
Yeah, the arrows are being shot right here. Back up.
All right, look, all the people are coming out, right?
Uh-huh. This is when the dragon finally shows up.
Oh, it's when the dragon shows up.
Yeah, he's still looking for the dragon. He's under the place after the arrows have shot him. Right now.
But all the people run up and they're going to surround
See
him.
how they running slow? This is some Walking Dead zombie movement. Why would they stop?
We're going to come kill ya. Look, there it is.
I could see if he climbed on top of something.
This whole shit.
This is horrible. I can see at least... How many characters you think I'm looking at right now, Jody?
75.
Easily.
Yeah.
Even 3. Nobody had... Okay, so see how they did that. Look at the bottom of the screen. Nobody is behind him. Everybody is in front of him in clear view, which is by design. Because somebody could come up right behind him and just stab him in the back. Why are they slowing down is my question.
We're going to rush, like we're going to come kill you, and then stop at the opportune moment for you to call your dragon and burn us. Right? Ain't that what's going to happen?
Of course.
Let us look around at you after you slaughtered our men and betrayed us. Let's wait
didn't
for.
even give a speech.
Now let your army come.
At least the Batman villains give a speech, and they wait to hear the speech.
And in this very same moment, they're allowing the army to come, and they see the army. You're still not killing Damon.
Yeah.
The army has arrived. You're still not killing this motherfucker, bro. You let it all. Again, imagine it.
Not a monologue.
Imagine that.
Yes, not a monologue to be found.
Imagine that. You're surrounded, and you're not killing me.
45 people, y'all.
Hey, what are you waiting for?
45 dudes
What are
with
they waiting
another
for?
300 around them.
Yes. What is the wait about? I don't understand. Well, we know. This plot got to go through.
Jeez. Please.
This has to happen. This has to happen. Last moment. I don't see no dragon.
And
Oh,
he's
there's a
waiting
dragon.
for the dragon.
Dragon number 2 comes out of nowhere.
Oh, that is dragon number 2. He does have his own dragon. That's
See,
actually-
I was
great.
baffled.
He has a little dragon, but it's thick. That neck thick. I don't like that long dragon that Damon has.
Is this a white dragon?
Yeah, it's nice. It's like a baby Drogon.
It's like
And then a dragon
silvery.
comes out of nowhere. The guy's looking in the sky for a dragon to come, and then he still couldn't find it.
First of all, I need a round of applause. Thank God they didn't give this to Jaden Smith.
Facts.
You
Yeah,
know
I thought it was gonna be
gonna
Jaden.
be Jaden, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sure they could have made that phone call. Thank
Yeah,
you, casting.
So that had me feel some type of way. This whole scene was an issue for me. Outside of this whole scene, I think we're good. The rest of the stuff, I mean, the king does whole shit. So let's talk. We were talking about the king.
Yes.
The king is a very weak man. He's drunken. He's at his, oh my God, he was at his second name day party hunt for the White Hart. And I'm hoping that this freaking deer is going to freaking hit him with the antlers like Robert Baratheon did when he died hunting a boar. Ha, Ned, a boar. I want the feast to be grand. I want you to taste the boar. That. But this time, die by a stag. I was hoping that's what would happen. They were toying with me all the way to the last. He had to stab the stag twice to drop him because the first stab, the guy said, you missed, my lord. You might want to move to the left. Where I pointed at. They basically drugged the antler, beat the antler, tied the antlers up. Said, stab right here, my lord. That ain't regular kings don't do that, bruh.
He couldn't kill a tied up animal that he spent 3 days going to kill. I couldn't kill it because I don't have a heart to kill. But come on, bro. You're there to kill it.
Hey, if I got to eat, I'll kill it. But, I mean, tied up like that. If I'm a king, I'm doing it, yes, because that's what I'm supposed to do. I got to look good.
Or I'm celebrating some other way.
So he decided to send the army still to help his brother out, though. Damon rages out and does what he does. So now men are coming for no reason. They're going to arrive like, oh, y'all got it? Okay.
One of the few good decisions that I feel like that man made. However,
that
guess what? It still was not him. He is now being schooled by his new 18-year-old, 19-year-old mistress.
You think she schooled him in sending the aid?
Yes.
What happens if the crab feeder becomes more powerful? Like, she's got her father in her. You know what I mean? And right now, her and her father are on the same page, but one day they won't be. And that's when there's going to be real hell break loose.
Welcome to Jody's Corner, Vassy. Thank you for the love. Vassy says, I miss Daenerys. I am so drunk right now, I would sell my daughter and my son for her to return to me. The actual GOAT icon. Well, goddamn, the love is real from her. But when it comes to this guy here, bro, I hate his guts. I want him to die. He needs to go. He's in the way. But one thing I know for sure, once he dies, it's going to be like when Ned dies. Chaos, war, anarchy, betrayal, backstabbery. When he dies, all hell's going to break loose. That's a guarantee.
You know what it is? I think we're being set up for a 4-way. Well, the sigil is 3 dragons, right? The house.
3 dragon heads.
3 dragon heads. So
on one body, I think. Yeah.
So I think that's going to become even more symbolic than we know already. We have Damon as 1 dragon head, right? Then when he dies, the mistress.
The whore?
No, not Mysaria.
Queen that never was?
No, his wife, the
Alicent.
queen. Alicent.
You called her a mistress.
Well, she was a mistress. Well,
she a legitimate queen.
Yeah.
Married. She the main woman.
Hey, man, you an episode ago.
She was a side piece.
Hey, you got to catch up,
what's
Sam.
today?
It's been 2 years.
Last Sunday,
It's
she
been
was a
2
side
years.
piece.
Was she a side piece though?
Well,
it's been 2
Remember,
years.
he didn't have no wife. A
Same
mistress is when you got a wife and you mess with a girl on the side.
I mean, he had no concubines.
A woman that goes to your bedroom the night of your wife's funeral is a side piece, bro. She wasn't even
I'd
cold
call her
in
smart.
The ground. She wasn't even cold in the ground.
That's a chick making her play. If we're talking about for the king, if I'm a king, I lose my wife, and a female knocking on my door is like, "What's up?" I instantly see her as making her move.
It worked.
They did.
It worked.
She worked, bro.
It did work.
She put that ill 99 high tower pussy on that motherfucker, bro. That 99 high tower she probably fire is young. And look how it was a little scene in this show.
3 fingers. He giving them 2 fingers.
It was a little scene up in this where she said, "You're spewing out babies like without any effort." Like she popped the son out with no effort.
Yeah.
That was like a little.
That was a little jab.
It was a jab because like Rhaenyra felt some type of way. She got a little upset because her mama couldn't bear one.
One boy.
She only had one child, right?
Rhaenyra, yes.
That's it, right?
She had 5 miscarriages. 2 stillborn, 2
miscarriages.
2 miscarriages
came early,
and then the last one. Yeah, she said
she could never bear another child, and unfortunately, she had the child, but the child did not last.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. So we see Hightower out here, doing this thing, saying this.
North, I've heard that story since I've had ears too.
Where she talks to the daughter, talks about how he loved his wife.
She made a man of me. I do not seek to replace you, child.
Respect with that. This dude's on the last. His health is bad. He's drunk. He's going for all the pleasure. He getting pussy, eating, and he's drinking, bro. Same things Robert was doing before he died, bro. The days are numbered on this fool, bro. He lost 2 fingers. Who knows what his back looked like? That stuff is probably putrid. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we can't really blame Alicent so much. This king is a problem. Damon reminds me of a boy who doesn't get his way, throwing tantrums.
Yeah, very stubborn.
Rhaenyra's upset. I'm still Team Rhaenyra, bro. At the end of the day, I'm still Team Rhaenyra. That's my take right there.
It's weird that I'm about to say this. With what Damon is doing and what Rhaenyra is doing, it really honestly still feels like for me that the only person trying to keep everybody together right now is the king.
Yeah.
Even though he's not really good to me as a king.
Yeah, bro.
But he's still trying to keep them together.
Yeah.
He
ain't wrong.
He didn't want to send his brother out there after what he heard, but you know what? This is the decision I'm now making. I didn't want you. I wanted a son to actually become the heir. I'm not going to get one, but I really, and he said it too, I really didn't want to make her the heir. But I did. And so here we are. He's also still trying to keep the kingdom together. He didn't want to go to war. He still didn't get involved in the war.
I feel his stress.
He's now in the war.
I feel it.
He's trying his best to be a good king, but he's a little too easy as far as manipulation comes.
You got to understand it. Before he became king, there has been 60 years of peace. You know what I mean? And he was voted into this position. He wasn't groomed for this.
Correct.
It was between him and his female cousin, and the only reason he got it is because he had a
Rolled
pair
them
of
dice.
testicles.
He got the dude.
Because he had a pair of testicles. He won against his female cousin and won. Had there been a dominant male cousin, he would have never become king. So this is a king that shouldn't be king, and it's clear. It's clear in his ways and actions.
Do you think that the queen for a day would have been a better king than the king we got now?
She would have been a tyrant. She's got some evil in her.
Oh shoot! I think she's the villain of the show.
I think
she's the villain of the show because she didn't become queen.
I think
king.
Alicent will become a villain. I think we'll see her story arc. We've never seen nobody in this show is all good or all evil. You know what I mean? We get a little bit of both. And for today, we saw the first redeeming qualities in the king, and we saw the first qualities that we don't like in the princess. This was the first time where it's like, ooh, because last week I'm all her. And the week before, I'm all her. And then this week, I'm like, she's kind of becoming a little pain in the ass a little bit. You know what I mean? So we've seen a little bit of both. Nobody's been 100% anything thus far besides the Kingsguard, who's a noble dude. We didn't even really get him this week. He's the only one that seems to be pure of heart. And there's one advisor to the king that seems to give him the best advice. The one that told him to get with Beyonce.
Mr. Strong.
That guy I like him.
I can't help but appreciate him.
Yeah, we call him Jack Black.
And he's still, and he's still sticking by his word, too. He's like, look.
Let's talk about his proposal.
Yeah.
Let's talk about his proposal.
Yeah.
Lord Lionel Strong.
Yes.
Lionel Strong. I really want to. We can talk about the proposal now. He proposed, and the king said, "What? You think I should marry?" No. You give me too much credit, my lord. You should marry little baby Beyonce's brother.
Yes.
Yes.
So you're still
He's also trying to keep the kingdom together.
marry
Make
them.
strong.
Marry Rhaenyra with baby Beyonce's brother.
Yes.
Pure blood, Targaryens, or Targaryen and Valerians.
Everybody's happy.
Everybody's happy in that situation, bro.
It brings that
everybody
2 year
comes back together.
That 2-year rift that you've had, it brings it all back.
How can you sit up here and this is gonna be a mistake? I hope Jaden Smith and my girl Rhaenyra cross paths, because that's a great wedding, but we'll never know what happens from that. This scene right here, though, is where all the truth came out.
I named her Heart of Love because I no longer believe.
Believe what, my love?
Many in my line have been dragon riders. Very few among us have been dreamers. What is the power of a dragon? It's the power of prophecy.
The hour is too late, husband.
When Rhaenyra was a child, I saw it in a dream. As vivid as these flames, I saw it. A male babe, born to me.
Male babe born to her.
I so wanted it to be true. To be a dreamer myself.
A whole lot of visions he has.
I sought that vision again, night after night. But it never came again. I poured all my thought and will into it. My
That
obsession
drunkenness
killed
brings out that
Rhaenyra's
truth.
mother.
Viserys.
I thought Rhaenyra was the way out.
What'd he say? My bad. What'd he say?
Oh, is this
Poured
the
all
moment?
my thought
Yeah.
and will into it. My obsession killed Rhaenyra's mother.
Oh, what'd he say, Swag? What'd he say, Swag?
I thought Rhaenyra was the way out of my abyss of grief and regret.
My obsession killed Rhaenyra's mother.
I thought he didn't kill him, no, Swag. I thought she didn't kill her. The king didn't kill her. He just admitted it, dog. Right there.
He says my obsession killed Rhaenyra's mother.
That was that.
Right after the babe died.
With the new queen too, at that.
Right, yeah, right after the babe died, they wondered if he was cursed, if the gods cursed him.
Mm-hmm.
You should have rolled the dice with the gods. Let the gods deal with it. You probably should have done it that way, bro. Because ever since that, he's been a broken man. He's been hiding this shit, waiting to get drunk to tell the truth. I feel like that everybody's not fit to be king.
Agreed.
And he ain't fit to be king, bro.
No, he's not. He got voted in. I guess you could say he's done a good job as far as keeping the peace.
Yeah.
His council. His council is just manipulative and really just wants things for themselves. We've got the hand. Now, he's the hand. He's the babe. He's the uncle.
And he's kind of dumb.
Everything.
How you don't know that you're right? That your hand, Mr. Hightower, is setting you up. How do you not know? How could you not see that?
You can see
bro?
it from Corliss, but you can't see it from him.
That's weird.
Very much so.
How you don't see all this whole shit happening? Here's a big triangle here, right? Here's something that could unravel everything. And I said it in the Patreon reaction. Alicent is the wife. She's the key to a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All Alicent has to do to mend her friendship with Rhaenyra is tell Rhaenyra the truth. My father pit me on your father.
Yes.
My father sucked me on your father to bed him, to wed him, and have his babes.
Okay.
This is all the hand of the king's doing. I didn't want this, Rhaenyra.
I hear you.
Automatically.
Partially, I agree.
That will that mend the friendship between her and Rhaenyra?
No, because
Why wouldn't it?
Because the friend.
Did you trip over something? Okay, go
The
ahead.
friend is gonna still. She's gonna say, "Thank you for telling me that." Did you have to do it though?
Yes, you had to do it.
Why?
Because back then you have to do what your father says.
I mean,
you have to do what men say back then.
I'm understanding of that. I get that. But why not say, okay.
Say what?
Come to the king, just read the books, but then just get yourself out of there.
No, that's not how
Get
that
out
works.
of there.
He sent her in there to get
I
pregnant.
know he sent
She
her
can't
in
say
there.
no.
I got that. And since
Alicent?
Since her friend knows that, she doesn't have to accept that. So I know you're still trying to get them back together and have that mended, but I still don't believe, even if she tells her the truth, it's not. I think that's gonna
Why
be
wouldn't
more,
it though?
It's gonna be more. She's gonna have it. She's gonna have to accept what happened.
And let's
it's gonna make the rift even further. So you just let these men go ahead.
Well, let me ask you a question then. Do you believe Alicent had a choice in whether she courted the king or not?
Yes, she had a choice.
What was her choice?
Her choice was to either do it or not.
Or not. What happens?
Now I understand. No, I hear you, Jody. I understand the time.
This ain't modern
I
day.
understand the circumstances.
Yeah. And understanding the time.
If she does not, yeah, she probably can get disowned by the father. Father kick her out, don't care anymore. All of those types of things. Whatever he chooses. It doesn't necessarily mean he's going to kill his daughter, but sure, there's a rift between now daughter and father because you're not being useful and I need you to do what I tell you to do because I'm the man, and you are under me.
And he's also the hand of the king.
He can be the hand, and sure, but he doesn't necessarily have to be done. What if she said beforehand, before getting pregnant, before becoming the queen, told Rhaenyra that, and then Rhaenyra was able to actually tell father that? Instead of her having to actually go through with the whole process, now there's a rift. Now she doesn't talk to her for 2 to 3 years.
So you think Rhaenyra...
If they were telling each other everything in the first place already, then why not tell her that before the actual situation of him figuring out who's going to be the wife?
I feel like you're putting too much pressure on Alicent, and you're giving her too much choice.
She's already got all the pressure.
But you're giving her too much choice for the routing of her life, bro. What the freak is she supposed to do if she tells her father no? You got to deal with them consequences.
Get slapped up.
Nah.
Rhaenyra sees she got slapped up, figures out, learns what's going on.
She gonna see nothing.
Takes that to the. In your world, fine. Mine, no.
In this world, bro, they lose their heads. They end up missing. They wind up missing, stripped of their land and their title.
So you're absolutely confident he'll kill his daughter?
No, I'm confident that Rhaenyra will understand that Alicent was forced into doing it and forgive her. I'm confident about that. Women in this world sympathize with other women.
I'm not confident in that.
All right. The queen that never was. The queen that never was says, lady, they'll freaking put a retard on the throne before they put a woman. She let it be known.
Yes.
You could be the most competent woman in the world. The dumbest motherfucking man's gonna be king before they make a woman king.
I agree.
So that means that they know, and the mother that the queen that never was trying to put her own version of slimy game on Rhaenyra. You feel what I'm saying? Because she understood how the shit works. Rhaenyra understands how it works too. That's why she said, "Don't meet me with your knowledge. I'm already knowing what's up." That understanding, Rhaenyra's understanding, is enough for me to know. If Alicent told her everything that her daddy was making her do, I don't think that Rhaenyra would get mad at Alicent off of that. Oh, that's why. I think she'll be like, dang, okay, I see what's up. So the hand of the king is trying to get close to my father for show. And then you'd have pulled the cloth over the entire plan. And I think, and this is what's going to look bad on Alicent, Alicent knows that, and that's why she won't tell Rhaenyra.
Of course, because she's playing both sides. She's playing the king's side because the dad wants that. She's being the friend's side, but
she's stuck, dog.
I got that.
She can't tell Rhaenyra the truth because Rhaenyra will tell the king, and the king will probably kill her dad, the hand of the king, if he finds out.
So the king can kill the dad, but okay.
Yeah. Hey, let me tell you. Here's what I think.
The king will kill the dad, but
yeah. I think,
but the hand won't kill the daughter if she says no.
Probably not. I don't think the hand will probably kill his daughter, but he'll make life hell for her, and she don't want that. I think that if Alicent told Rhaenyra that her father was whoring him to the king and plotting to do all this to make this baby, I believe Rhaenyra will forgive Alicent. And I also believe that Alicent will go straight to her father and tell the king that you've been played, and you've been played by your best friend, best man, Hand of the King. And then once that go down, bro, the Hand of the King is no more, off with his head, bro. And what was that? And what would that do? And what would that ripple effect do? It would make the king forgive and feel sorry for what he did to Damon. Alicent can't tell her because it makes too much peace.
And Alicent,
the show will be over.
No, Alicent would be out on the street.
But it would also make him.
Alicent would be out on the street with a dead dad, a betraying dad. She's got to go back to Old Town and live life.
No, she wouldn't. I don't think she would be on the street. Dead dad, yes, but she would most likely still be working under Rhaenyra, even though that's her friend.
I don't think Alicent would have that type of doom though. After she tells the truth.
No, not if she told. You're saying if she told the truth now in present day. I'm saying if she told the truth before. When it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, she'd be effed up.
So she's also benefiting from. She's innocent to a degree.
No, yeah, I'm with you on
that.
But
she fell into a golden chair. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She benefits the most. And she is not afraid to flex her little bit of power, as we saw earlier with the song thing. She knows she's been, this was the job she was born to do. She had no idea, but her father's been grooming her for this his whole life. He's waiting for that right moment.
That's the part where if we come back and we trying to be back on the same page, where I go, yes, I know she's not going to, but I'm saying, did she have a choice? Yes. Was she groomed for this? What is she most likely going to do? She's going to do what Dad said to do. If this is what you want, Father, if you wish it, I'll go in there and talk to the king.
That's why I gotta disagree with you, BG4, because even Tyrion, who hated his dad, still listened to him. Back then, you obeyed your parents. Yeah. That was it. Especially in this type of hierarchy. And he was Hand of the King.
His dad, Tywin, who was Hand of the King. Cersei hated listening to her father, but guess what?
She did it.
She did that shit anyway.
Look, I'm just here to cause chaos.
I will not. You will marry Sir Loras. Remember when Tywin said you're going to marry Loras Tyrell of Highgarden? She wasn't having it. But at the end of the day, he put that voice, you will marry the Sir Loras or else, That power, bro.
We grow up now. They never get to grow up. They can be 45 years old, still listening to somebody 75 years old.
Still serving the crown. That's how it be. You in and you out. It's just crazy, bro. So random checkup to check up where we are with our characters. Last week on House of the Dragon, our status was as follows. I was Team Rhaenyra. I'm still Team Rhaenyra.
Okay.
4. Last week, who were you?
I was and I am Team Rhaenyra, but are we talking about overall?
Overall. We're talking about overall. We're talking about ultimate favorite character in the show as of episode 3.
Okay, as of episode 3.
Who's your number 1 character?
Dang, before episode 3 it was Damon.
Damon's stock lowered for you in this episode, I see.
Yes, how they ended that fight scene for him, that was just not good enough for me.
It brings me flashbacks of, I remember when I was calling Game of Thrones season 7 bad, and everybody wrecked me for it. I said, this writing is bad. Look what they're doing with Tyrion. And the Game of Thrones fans were just, you're crazy.
I was there. I received some of that hate.
Season 8,
I'm still emotionally recovering from some of that hate.
No, and season 8, we were completely destroying that shit. We were on YouTube reacting with the episode, wrecking that shit because it was trash. And what did the Game of Thrones fans do? They called us
crazy.
We're crazy, fake fans. We don't know the show.
We got called racist names, all type of stuff.
All type of shit, bro.
Oof, I'm glad I'm here for the prequel.
None
of that happening.
Ahead of the curve shit. And then years later, it became popular to hate Game of Thrones.
Yeah, like 3 or 4. Everybody was like a month and a half behind us.
I feel like they were 6 months behind us.
I'm going to be Team Rhaenyra, but if I had to, because it's a man show, I'd probably want to go with Lord Strong, but he's more of a side character, though. His stock grew for me in this episode, but he's not a primary character, so it's got to be Rhaenyra.
All right, so BG4 has just switched teams from Team Damon to Team Rhaenyra as I read this donation from my man Arjun. Shout out to you, bro. Oh, my God, did I lose?
You got a $6.99 from Arjan Athwal. Says, I'm really loving the show so far, but to be honest, I'm not feeling the attachment to the characters like I did in the first episodes of Game of Thrones. Then, let me check this just to make sure.
Thank you, BG4.
Jabba the Hutt's back. Thank you for another $5 donation.
Tight.
Viserys made Rhaenyra into a bloodthirsty, sociopathic, evil princess. He should have married her and Alicent and had sons with both of them. Win-win.
Who?
He said he should have married her and Alicent and had sons with both of them. That's a win-win. Not too sure about that. And since we got a little bit of time, I'll just go ahead and answer Nada's question. My finger is bandaged because it's a little bit irritated right now. About 2 weeks ago, during reconstruction, well, not even 2 weeks now, reconstruction of this wonderful, beautiful fortress of solitude, there had to be a blood sacrifice. So unfortunately, it was me. And there was some spewing of blood from the finger, but fortunately I didn't have to go get stitches. But you know, I was a man, and this is what it looks like.
He got that same shit the king got.
Yes, that's what she asked. She was like,
exactly what he got. Nada.
Unfortunately, Jody.
We didn't have any maggots
he wouldn't get me any maggots for this.
We didn't have any maggots for him to put his hand in. I do have some gummy worms he could put his hand in though.
But we are here and we're strong, and that's probably why I'm so chaotic, because you know I got some fever and things going on from whatever happened here.
There were some very good moments in this episode, you know, and you know, having looked back 6 months ago, seeing, you know, oh, it's gonna be black people in Westeros now, besides the people that was stealing. You know, they had that one dude that tried to date Khaleesi that once, and other than that, and Grey Worm, and but I was like, ooh, I wonder who this guy is gonna be. This new family, Lord Corlys, how you say his last name? Valerian. You know, I want to see what House Valerian has. I do not like the new brother. I just think it's funny to me that the same parallel is happening with him and his little brother as the king and Damon. It's like whatever family you go to, it's the same sort of sibling rivalry. The little brother was a hothead, just like Damon, and the older brother had to check him. And, you know, that was kind of crazy to me. And if you were going to ask me next which team I was on, you know, I'm all about the princess. Y'all know that. I had a couple good moments earlier. As the Patreon people know, I was clapping for her. When she took off on that horse, she rode that horse like a G. She was out of there. You know what I mean? They're giving us little hints. You see, she says, well, you're the king. Well, I follow orders. Well, I do this. This show is about breaking points, and we're going to see her hit a breaking point, just like we saw Daenerys was very subservient. I mean, yeah, Khaleesi was very subservient in the beginning. She ripped a page out of that book. Books were handwritten back then. First episode, she ripped the page out and gave it to Alicent. Like,
that book was not cheap. That page was expensive.
But yeah, she's like, wait till the scepter finds out. She was like, F the scepter. You know what I mean? Like, it's all good. So she broke a rule that week. And then last week, she broke a rule. I forgot what the rule was. And then today, she don't want to go to the celebration. She's breaking out. We are starting to see. She hasn't become. We didn't see Alicent become a woman. She was almost a woman even in episode 1, but now she's clearly a woman. She's a mother with 2 kids, with a kid and another one on the way, and she's queen of the whole thing. She's a woman. We have not seen Rhaenyra come into her own as a woman, and when that happens, Jack, we gonna have a real problem, because you've seen the first bit of dragon blood in her with that fury when she poked up that pig. That felt good, and she liked that. She wanted to be in battle. This is Arya and Khaleesi together as one. The heart of Arya, the ready to fight, the willingness to be in battle. She care about battle. she started getting into that pig.
Oh,
She
yeah.
left the blood on.
Yeah.
She could have washed it off in the
Yeah,
water.
that was very sexy.
She wanted them to see, look what I did. Bring this right behind me. And,
I'm not dead yet.
and all the men, I don't know, even probably some of y'all women was like, oh, wow, she's a G. And so yeah, I'm still team Princess.
Still team Rhaenyra.
However,
Good.
if you caught me on Thursday, I was team Damon because I think that there are some redeeming qualities. I don't think he's the
Why did Damon's stock drop in this episode for you?
Because he could talk the talk, but he couldn't back it up. As I said earlier,
People would say he just backed up all that. He just did some Superman shit.
Well,
that's not cool. It wasn't.
Damon fans look at that scene and say this is why he's iconic. Because he could run through 10,000 arrows without getting hit until he gets to the end.
Look, I
and then
would've
go in a
said-
cave and completely take a guy out. And come up with this plan and do this brave feat.
The two problems with both brothers are that they're reactionary. These are not actions done on their own. These are reactions to, oh, he got so mad because the king offered help. I'm going to show him I don't need his help.
But
I'm
Damon
willing
will
to
take
die.
action quicker than the king would. And in every case, he's taken the action quicker than the king.
When
The king
he
has been
stole
sitting.
that dragon's egg, he took action.
No,
but it
even
was a
before
cry
that.
for help.
When
he
he came in
wants
there
to
and-
love his
when
brother.
he came in
I'm
there,
not,
he
I'm not
cleaned
gonna,
up the streets.
I'm not gonna let you put the reactionary title on Viserys or whatever his name is, the king.
He's
'Cause
not reactionary?
No, he thinks stuff through.
He takes.
He needs to
long
be. He
times.
takes counsel. People need to counsel him to make a decision.
Right, he's not making his own
If
decisions.
anything, he's unactionary. He don't act. That's one of his problems. Is he don't act.
He sent
Damon is a
he
reactionary
sent-
motherfucker,
he
bro.
sent Damon away. That was his reaction. He walked in. He was sitting on the throne for the first time.
But
What
before
you-
that, he was defending his brother.
Always,
to
he's
the
a
whole
Yeah,
party
exactly.
promoter. All we see him do is
He
throw
kept,
parties.
he kept defending his brother,
My
though,
brother
bro, up
wouldn't
to that
do that.
point. You
My
said
brother
keep
wouldn't
the
do
air
that.
for a day, and Damon didn't deny it. He said, why do you cut me so deeply? Get the freak out of here. You're out for my crown.
I've been
I'm about
telling
to name her
them.
the heir.
I've been defending you to my counsel.
But when
Yeah.
we seen Damon at the brothel, he got 2,000 men that didn't lose their children that came all the way there from King's Landing to hold down that event. So he still threw the party, but he was not celebrating at that brothel. He was sitting there depressed. He wasn't even banging in his girl that he don't bang that often. He's sitting there like this.
Damon's hot-headed, bro. Damon's hot-headed,
he
bro.
is hot-headed, yeah.
He's
But
hot-headed
all
and
the
he's
dragons
reactionary.
are hot-headed.
No, they're not.
Isn't that what they say is a trait of the dragon?
No. That's a trait of a special Targaryen. A dragon. There's not... Where the dragons
Oh,
at?
you know what? I wanted to ask you. Doesn't Aegon become the Mad King? Isn't that the Mad King's name, Aegon?
That's not him. That's not going to be him.
It's going to be his son?
It might be a son. There's a gang of Aegons, bro. There's probably like 5, 6 of them.
Okay.
There's a lot of them, bro. I know there's a lot of Aegons.
Because I was like, Aegon? Wait,
No,
what?
no, no.
But
There's-
look, I still
there's
had
a
my
lot of them.
stock. My stock in Damon was up here all the way until he got to the island and he started to wave that flag. Even when he got the letter from the king sent to him by the messenger and he read it and he looked at it and he looked at it, I appreciated the nonverbal acting. Looked at it,
Beat up the messenger.
looked at this guy over here, looked at that guy over there, and then the rage came out. Bop, bop, bop. I was still appreciating that. I didn't ask for this. I didn't want this. What? You know what? I can't
Yeah,
take.
you were.
I can't take
Yeah.
this. I can't take this out on anybody.
Yeah.
So you're here. But then just to see, here's where I'm going to actually follow this dumb plan. And you know what? To prevent me having to get any assistance from my brother King, I will do this dumb plan and go out there. And then to see how how it all worked out and not getting hit by it, just
For you to
doesn't
be
make
behind
sense.
it for him to be behind it in the beginning and then not in the end, that says something. And he was Team Damon.
It was.
So the reactionary thing, the hot-headedness belongs to Damon. I'll call the king a bitch and a hoe and making bad decisions and being a sucker and a simp, but he's not reactionary. He lacks making decisions. He let that motherfucking war. He let those crap people attack Corliss's ships for years because he didn't want smoke with the triarchy.
The triarchy.
Yeah.
The triarchy. But guess what? Now you got smoke with the triarchy because of Damon. But now it's okay. Now I'm going to send reinforcements, which kind of saves it. Damon did a good thing. There's good from what Damon did, right?
Yes.
Damon defeated the crab people by himself without the reinforcements of King's Landing.
Yes.
Because had the reinforcements of King's Landing came and then that's what defeated them, Now they're at war with you. Now they see that, oh, you're in alignment. Oh, now the realm is sending reinforcements and help. So that means his brother is in on it too, which further expands the war, effectively putting the crown in war. That's what that was. Sending reinforcements is basically joining the war, but that never happened because Damon ended it. So I guess there's a good thing that came from that. But with the final recap, I'm still Rhaenyra. We got triple Rhaenyra now. All right, it's gonna be a day. I hold her accountable too, though. Yeah. I hold Rhaenyra accountable too. You've been doing a little bit of moping and whining that I didn't appreciate. Conversations must be had. You're bickering and you're moaning, and you're not doing enough. You need to make some action to fix this.
We know we got a whole almost 3 year gap at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah, bro.
And I don't see any growth in her character at all. Nah. There's no change in how she had
on the same outfit from last week.
Like
that. They gave her the same outfit.
Until they put on the nice dress, which was when she talked to her father. But that was nothing really came from her in these last few years. I mean, we at least saw something out of the king. We got a big confession. I killed my wife. I'm sorry. I still love my brother. I didn't want to do this though. And then he got manipulated again. Well, what's better? Him losing or for our kingdom to win and have victory? You know what? Fine. I'm gonna send this out there. All those types of things. So at least he's doing things. Where does this
love for Damon come from?
Where does this love from Damon?
I feel like people walked into the show already in love with Damon.
All right.
Without even seeing a single second of him.
I told you this off camera. It's me liking the actor who is portraying Damon, and I actually like how he is portraying Damon as well. I trust this actor.
Who's Damon?
Damon, his name is...
No, can I ask you, let me ask you a question.
Damon?
Who's Damon Targaryen from these 3 episodes? Who is he?
3 episodes?
Who is he?
He's a younger brother who feels like he should also have a right to the throne, who's a little bit of a bratty person, but in some sort of a way, he might be a better king or even future king if allowed to be. So that's what I'm looking at right now.
Not getting that from the show. I disagree with that assessment of the Damon character. For me, the Damon character is a snot-nosed, bratty, whiny, pouting little bitch. When he doesn't get his way, he lashes out, and he loves his brother. He loves his family. He is a hot-headed and brave warrior who should never be king of anything because he's too hot-headed, and he doesn't think before he acts. That's who Damon is based on these 3 episodes. Not no book. I don't know about the book.
I'll give you hot-headed. I'm not sure about warrior just yet. I'm just going to say
that. Oh, he's definitely down to throw hands. He threw hands with old boy. He lost, but he threw hands with him. He's not a terrific swordsman. He's not a great fighter.
How many years?
He knows when to yield.
How many years? He didn't yield that day on the floor at the tourney. He didn't yield.
He yielded. He put the sword down.
He said yield. He didn't say it out of his mouth.
You don't have to say I yield to yield.
Sword down.
If you disarm yourself, you yield.
I felt like the knight took mercy on him, because he could have bashed his face in.
That's why he asked him to yield.
And he didn't say anything. Right.
He doesn't want to mess up the king's brother.
I feel like I felt like Damon was wronged in this. He's not a very likable person for me overall.
I would like to like him.
Right.
We all gave him a fair shot. I want to like them all. But I'm sorry. We take the show as the show giveth. And I'm so glad that we didn't read or we didn't watch histories and lores and learn about, because what we are doing is people who read the books, they're going in with a biased view. Right. Because you have the knowledge. Witness. Yeah, exactly. And that's fine. But it becomes a problem when you don't see what the show is giving you. What the books have given you is an awesome Damon Targaryen. This donation. Did you get that $5 donation? Could you scroll up and read that? It came from somebody who was.
Let me just.
Yeah, can you get that for me? Read that out loud.
It says $4.99. C.S. Stiller. I saw a video with Sir George R.R. Martin who stated Damon is his favorite. Okay, you wanted me to read that.
Can you read that, please?
Sure, I'll start all over.
Please.
I saw a video with Sir George R.R. Martin who stated Damon is his favorite Targaryen. Maybe he will grow as a character.
Is that? You know how many times that I heard that?
Plenty of times.
I'm not watching YouTube videos about House of the Dragon. I don't watch Easter eggs. I don't watch behind the scenes, extra scenes. Next time on House of the, I don't watch that because it takes away from the show. It takes away from the real reactions that we give here. We're giving a straight look about what the show gives us and nothing else. Mm-hmm. That right there has been a thorn in my side since we've been doing reactions because everybody keeps telling me, Jody, George R. R. Martin's favorite character is Damon. So,
I mean, if he's
what does that mean to me?
And why does that make him your favorite character?
Does that make him yours? I mean,
so you just expect so much from this guy.
Right. But let me say this. If you read the books and Damon's awesome, fine. He's an awesome character. In the book, in the Song of Ice and Fire, in the book he is. That does not necessarily mean that will translate to what happens in this show. And what happens in this show is exactly the knowledge that we're giving or the opinion that we're giving. I didn't read the books. If I read the books, I might be biased too. But I'm only talking about Damon from what he's shown me in this show.
I absorb what I absorbed from 9:01 to 9:59. And that's it. I'm not on Entertainment Tonight, Us Weekly. I'm not jumping all over the place. I'm getting what I'm getting, and I'm giving you back what I see with my own two eyes.
I'm surprised how much I like. After we had this discussion, I'm
right,
surprised
Bobo.
how much I like.
Bobo said, "It's the book readers carrying his water right now." Motherfucker, I will freaking carry your water, your drawers, your trousers. Show me first. I'm not giving you nothing off name and reputation from a book, nigga. You better show me that you tight. I'll be the first one in line rooting for you. But all I seen is some straight bickering and hoe shit from Damon Targaryen, bro.
Well, here's the thing.
George R. R. Martin is at the table with his council.
I'll look George R. R. Martin in the face.
And all the book readers are bringing the water. Got it.
Sure.
They're just
I'll look George R. R. Martin across this table say, bro, Damon's your favorite character based on these 3 episodes? He a hoe. He this, he is, it is. And I want to see you disagree with me. I'll use the show as my reference. Don't bring up your book, George. I'm talking about in this show. In this show. You can't look at some of the scenes and the things that he's doing and defend that. They do defend it because they know who he is in the book and he's an awesome character, but that doesn't mean he's that dude in this show.
Earlier on Patreon, we talked about wars of engagement, rules of engagement, rules of war. War has rules. You know, I know they say all fair and love in war. That's actually not true. There are certain things back then. Like, this guy reminds me, today, Damon, even before the Superman here, superhero Captain America scene he did, I felt like, I thought they were going to join the Crab Feeder and go in a different direction where Damon has teamed up with this epic villain who the Crab Feeder was not an epic villain. He was not epic. He just seemed epic, but when we got down to brass tacks, he wasn't nothing. And the worst part was that he reminds me of the dude who couldn't be in 300 because he was deformed.
Cleotes.
Yeah.
My thrust is very strong. I will kill many Persians.
Hold the shield as high as you can. Hold your shield as high as you can.
I'm sorry. Every Spartan warrior has to protect his army from his left to his right, from thigh to neck. I'm sorry. We cannot use you. But you want to help the efforts in the war? Clean up the dead bodies. Bring the injured soldiers water.
Jeez.
That's that energy.
Holy shoot.
That was the energy I got from Damon, man. I said, oh no, this is 300.
That's some cold shit. God damn.
And I went in rooting for him today.
Look, when he got onto that island, I was like, oh, something epic's about to happen. And we're like, oh, this is not epic.
He's lying to get what he needs.
Here's an example of a man against an army. A man against a many foe. 2 examples that I could bring up with Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. Do you remember Battle of the Bastards? It was in the same episode, I think. Battle of the Bastards, when his little brother got hit with the arrow from Ramsay. And Jon already stuck himself out there, and all the horses are coming to kill him. He pulls his sword out. He's like, all right, I'm about to die. I'm about to take a couple of you out. We freaking
right.
And at the last moment, boom, his people come in and save him at the moment. Because, you know, the Onion Knight saw that some shit was going down, and he sent them out there, and they made it just in time. That's an instance that I can buy and agree with because everything led up to it. And it showed me another instance later in that, even more epic, when all hope was lost, and they pinned him, and they were all pinned in a circle, and Jon was in the mud, and he was trying to get out and break free, and he fell. He was getting stomped on. He couldn't breathe. He was suffocating. He was, oh, it's over. Oh. And right when hope was lost and Jon was like, this is it. They're closing on us. We're about to die. Those shiny blue Knights of the Vale came on horseback, tearing through those motherfuckers, bro. I was tingling in my body. I said, oh, shoot. Yes. That blue was piercing that dirty, muddy, that top-down scene was gorgeous.
Jody's living in the past.
That shit was glorious, bro.
B,
My heart was about to throw out my motherfucking body. I said, oh my God. The timing, the score that was playing, and then it showed Sansa all noble and shit, her hair flowing like, I'm here, brother. I got you. You should have listened to me. I told you.
First boss move Sansa ever did.
I was like, holy shit. That is how you do it.
Yes.
This shit here, I'm going to dodge this. I'm going to run this. I'm going to kill this guy. I'm going to make... The crab guy is only going to send 5 warriors out the hole at a time. Let me send a wave of 5. Ha, ha, ha. I killed them. Oh, he killed them. 5 more. Yeah. By the way, 10,000 arrows coming. None of them are hitting me. Yeah, I'm going to roll. Yeah. All right.
He's Mike Vick.
Yeah. So he took out the first 10 in waves of 5. All right. 7. You go. You 7 now. Go. All right. Okay. Shit's getting. Oh, he has an army now. All right. Well, all right. Everybody come out of the cave now. The convenience of it to show Damon highlighted as a Jon Snow at Battle of the Bastards. One organically earned, one sticks out like a sore thumb where I'm not buying it.
At least give me some quicksand or a reason why they couldn't get close. They got within 40 feet and just halted.
Yeah.
In fear of one man.
Yeah.
We used to call that a swoop. You ever seen somebody get swooped? 15, 30 people on one dude? That one dude he better climb. He better run. He better do something. That standoff against a mob does not end well, even with the dragon. Yeah. And the dragon was 40 yards away. I don't understand.
How you put
Make
yourself
me
on the island?
Understand.
How you put yourself on an island with thousands of niggas and live who are trying to kill you, and a lot of them got arrows? How do you dodge? How is it that I just want to know? Chat, let me know. How do they throw hundreds of arrows, these archers, and not hit them?
It was so weird. I thought the archers were with Damon. The first 2 times, he's like, okay, let loose. I'm like, okay, they getting them. Wait.
Oh, look at my man. Look at my man in the chat. Hey, we talking about. My dog Milo says, dodging arrows is realistic. Not 1,000, motherfucker. What's wrong with you? That's not realistic at all.
They was up on a cliff.
It was the same amount of arrows that Leonidas took at the end of the freaking movie, my nigga. Our arrows will blot out the sun. It was hundreds of arrows in the air. What are you talking? Dodge those, motherfucker. Dodge those. Get out of here with that shit.
Game of Thrones was like, hi, George Lucas, can we borrow your stormtroopers? We'd like to use them in an episode of Game of Thrones. Great. Send 400 stormtroopers over. Yep.
Come on, my guy. Let's not make excuses for the bad action. Let's not do that. Don't do that. Don't make excuse. Don't bail them out. Milo, you bailing them out. That's what they want you to do.
They was blindfolded.
Don't bail them out for doing dumb shit like that. It just doesn't make sense.
I'm still baffled at the whole
cut and reshoot the scene.
The whole second dragon coming out of nowhere. Like, even when they were having talks.
Where was that second dragon at?
They
had 2?
They weren't talking about a second dragon or anything.
There had 2 dragons?
There was no evidence that another dragon was there to be used. It was just so disconcerting. I was just disoriented by everything happening at that moment.
Yeah, my man asked an important question. He asked who directed the episode, because this director.
Oh, sure, I'll give you that.
There's a red flag on that director, bro. I would like to call out BG4 is working on that as we speak. That is very vital information to know.
Thank you for asking that question.
And this is why we follow writers and directors. Why do you guys know directors and shit? That's weird. Because when you know a director, you see his pros and cons. When you hear a director that you know makes good movies and TV shows, when he's hired to make a TV show, you're like, oh, I know his style. He's going to do great with that movie. And then when they're bad directors, you know, oh god dang, I'm not gonna expect much from this. So when I find this director's name, I'm gonna instantly in my head, if his name pops up or her name pops up in a future episode, my expectations are going to lower.
While I'm griping, I'd like to gripe.
Go for it.
While I'm griping, I'm a little tired of the never-ending story shot on top of the dragon.
Triple
like that?
That dragon close-up top shot. I didn't know whether it was Jaden Smith. I didn't know who I was looking at. It's like far-away dragon, close-up dragon. I don't know how they're going to reinvent this shot, but it doesn't ever come off well to me. It feels green screeny, and I didn't... Like, here he is really flying the dragon, and he's from far away at the dragon. I like the dragons. I needed a dragon in this episode. It doesn't bother me that Damon's dragon's super skinny. I love that dragon. Caraxes is lean. It looks good to me. It's red. But this new white dragon, I wanted to kind of see the dragon more. And I was excited to see the dragon. It was a good episode. Don't
It was a
get
good
me
episode.
wrong.
Greg Yaitanis.
I really enjoyed these episodes. What's his name?
Greg Yaitanis.
I was more blown away by Whiteheart.
He's in the list under House of Dragons too. They're just making it tough to figure
Greg?
out. Yes, Greg Yaitanis under directors. Greg Greg Yai.
I was excited about that
Thomas?
elk. That elk
Almost,
looked regal.
right.
Oh, I got
That
it.
was such a moment, y'all. Looking at that beautiful stag with those huge antlers and it being Whiteheart, that was just a beautiful moment, beautiful scene, and just seeing her come of age.
Okay, we have his IMDb here. Let's see the TV series he did. Any Game of Thrones? He did some episodes of House.
House and Ray Donovan. Lost.
Heroes, Damage.
Heroes.
He's seasoned.
Prison Break.
He has a lot of TV experience. He did one episode of Snowfall. He did House of the Dragon. All right. Second of his name, The Rogue Prince.
And episode 10, which we don't have a name for because it's not out yet.
And he did the final episode?
So he's done 2 episodes already, right?
Yes.
The Rogue Prince, that was what?
Second of his name has to be this episode because they were
Aired
talking about,
August 28th.
They were talking about the second of his.
So this is episode 2.
The second son's name.
So because Damon went rogue and Damon is the Prince of Dragonstone or self-proclaimed.
He did episode 2.
Right. And did he
Which
do?
was great, but didn't have a lot of action in it. He did The Rogue Prince.
And then,
Season 1,
and then
episode
season 3.
2.
And then episode 3.
But there was another one here.
No, remember, it said...
Heirs of the Dragon?
Co-executive producer.
He produced that one.
I put director, hold on.
See,
Here it is, yeah. This one here.
It's not giving you the name because it hasn't aired yet.
So is that episode 10? Does that mean episode 10?
Yes, 110.
How many are we getting? Are we
Season
getting
1, episode
13
10.
or are we getting 10 episodes?
So he's doing the
What
finale
are we doing?
then.
Is 10 the finale or is it 13?
It's only 10 episodes. He's doing the finale.
Oh, boy.
I'm worried. He's doing the finale of this season.
Boy.
And you know the finale always has a big action set piece.
I'm thinking of that. Like, there's going to be lots of
Is yeah, he didn't do the Game of Thrones episodes because one of the guys, one of the main guys who did prominent Game of Thrones episodes quit after this season.
Really?
Yeah. That was a big news that came out a few days ago. But it's not him.
Interesting.
So when it comes to the finale, I'm gonna lower my expectations on some of the action. He may bring it back, but he can direct TV for sure. He could direct, but when it comes to the action, I'm a little bit.
And
I can't really roll with that.
He did, yeah. Everything up to the action, he was fine with, but it wasn't like they were major scenes for them to actually do anything with as far as the camera goes. They were pretty still.
Thank you, Alice. I'm glad that you like the new studio. It's amazing, and I love it. It's fresh and clean in here.
Welcome to the new studio, y'all.
So with that being said, I enjoyed the episode. Let's give the grades of the episode. Oh, Did you? Let me read my man who donated that $5 because he had common sense in there. Aaron says, people live in this all or nothing mentality. You either love or hate something. It's okay to criticize and like certain things, people. Shaking my head. And that's what we do. And you do get, instead of getting the best of both worlds, you get the worst of both worlds when you take a middle position and you critique. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to get hate from both sides. But it's, you know, it's not for the faint of heart. But we do it because that shit is 100. That's what we do.
I went so to the negative because I wasn't expecting a negative. This show has been popping a wheelie all the way down the block for me. They're like killing it. So before we get out of here, Jody, do you have a favorite moment from today?
The best moments of this episode were the moments that involved the king talking to his daughter, admitting his faults, trying to mend the fences, letting his daughter do what he wanted. I think that the king, the star, let's do star character of this episode. The star character of this episode for me was the king.
Agreed.
Boom.
Whether he was directly or indirectly involved, whether he was making the decision or essentially still having to eat his words from Lord Strong. Hey, I told you this was the decision you should have made in the first place. You didn't go with it. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to double down on it by going with the brother. And then, of course...
You see that unbiasedness?
Yeah.
We're saying he was the best of this episode, giving him his flowers, and we think he's trash.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying? Like that's not easy for people to do. It's easy for me to do. It's easy for us to do here on Jody's Corner.
No problem.
But for me, the king. For him, the king. What about you?
My best moment, even bigger than the White Hart, the stag, was the shock of her being pregnant. This was a real big TV moment for me. I had no idea. I didn't see it. They didn't put it out there. It was kind of off in the corner. BG4 saw it. We rewound it and jumped back in, and I was like, mouth on the floor. So that was a mouth on the floor moment, my favorite moment tonight. You know what I mean? As far as the king, I have such a, I don't like him.
Good.
And I would have loved for the crab feeder to be my hero for tonight. He did not.
Fodder.
He did not.
Bro was straight fodder. He didn't matter.
At all. But I'm interested to see who the younger brother is. I was excited to the introduction of the new characters. My hero this episode...
Don't use the word hero. Standout character who stole the show.
To answer your question,
who's the standout character?
Honestly, my favorite moment was seeing Damon snap and then take the helmet to the messenger. That was my favorite moment. But who took this episode overall for me was the king.
For me, Kristen Cole is my standout character. He took off after the princess without hesitation.
That's his job.
Yeah.
He's assigned to her to protect her.
Right.
I'm not giving him that.
I give it to him.
Why?
I give it to him because he's going to show up. Because he's giving me loyal, noble vibes. He's not a turncoat. He's pure of heart.
Dang.
And I think that
that episode is bad. You got a low grade for this episode if you got him as the highlight.
Yep.
Damn.
I mean, besides, isn't he the one that she picked in the first place?
Yeah.
He's the only one with the experience.
I like the development of this relationship and the development
relationship.
Of
you think they're going to be together? She needs to be with somebody highborn.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think he'll be dead.
I don't think he's going to die.
Yeah, he might stay alive for a while. All right, time to go for the grades. With everything that I said about it, I still very much like this episode. That is just the Damon sequence, the action sequence put me off, and it stumbled the landing. Very good episode. This one, I was stuck between A- B+, but I'm gonna roll with a B+ for this episode for me. I give this a B+, strong, hard B+ for me. Great episode, very very good episode. 4.
B+.
That's a solid grade. Sad. Mr. The night is the best part of the goddamn episode. You must not have high hopes on this, man.
I mean, as a predictor goes, he
Zach,
didn't even kill the
Zach,
boar,
keep
man.
that shit 100, bro. Keep it 100, my G.
I give it a C.
Oh. Keep that shit in stack.
And
That's
I was,
right.
I was so I felt let down. I was on a high, bro. I was on a high. Last week to this week to this week, and I just didn't deliver for me, man. It didn't deliver.
And I can't knock it for you, bro.
And that's the 6 month. And the reasons are, my reasoning is this: the 2 year leap, 3 year leap,
3 year leap.
Yeah, 3.
and the crazy action scene at the end. Middle to middle, it was great, but the bread was stale on both ends. The meat was fantastic.
Those arrows, man. Jody definitely could have avoided those arrows.
Yes, it's
He's
crazy.
a hero, man.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Easily dodgeable.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
You know,
Hey, bro,
there wasn't a dull moment.
You
but
ain't got to defend your grade, bro.
Watching it again,
I could tell.
and I will. This is every episode is a double watch for me at least.
I'm probably gonna watch it
I'll
again
invest
and then
another
maybe
hour,
one more time.
I'll invest another hour into it, but
definitely.
it's not the stellar performances that I got week 1 and week 2. They're falling back into their, you know.
Even them at their worst, they're still better than other TV shows on air. They're still better than every show out right now.
Me and the girl have gotten back together, and I called tonight. She didn't pick up, and tomorrow she tell me she fell asleep. That's what's going on. I don't 100% trust her all the way. Oh, I didn't answer because I went to bed early.
Understood.
Everybody can relate to that. We'll see. We'll see.
Come on, be nice in the comments, guys. Be nice. Be nice. Respect his grade, just like we respect your love. If you love it, I respect it. If you give it an A+, I will not fight you.
I'm not E. I'm not even reading the comments right now. You don't even exist right now. I got personal subs that I call directly and get their opinion.
Come on, guys. Y'all be nice, man.
So I can deflect. Hey, if he can dodge 5,000 arrows, I can dodge 5,000 comments, and you can take that to the bank, baby.
So Raiden tells me that the showrunner / director that left House of the Dragons is Miguel Sapochnik. He was the one who directed Battle of the Bastards too. So yeah, he only did one season and he's dipping. I need to look at the episodes that he did. That motherfucker, bro, because those are going to be special. Those are going to be very nice. So there you guys have it. Make sure that you guys are here every Sunday, 7:30ish. So you can get this live discussion. We do it every freaking Sunday. And then tomorrow, every Monday on Jody's Corner Live at 5 p.m., we have another discussion topic about what happened in House of the Dragon. Maybe we missed something and we re-talk about it. And tomorrow, there will be call-in so you guys could talk to me. StreamYard, of course. You got something that you want to say?
And all you quantum leapers, when the baby is 17 next week, don't say I didn't tell you so. And the princess is 28. Let's see where y'all at then.
Not married.
Since y'all like
Not married.
Since y'all like these wormhole jumps, is this the multiverse? I don't know what's going on over here.
Guys, tune in. We'll see you guys there tomorrow, 5 o'clock. Tomorrow's Labor Day. So what's good is that I don't have to get up in the morning to take my kids to school.
Tight.
I feel great about that, so I'll be able to rewatch tomorrow. But on your Labor Day, I'm still working. We'll be right here. Jody's Corner Live number 2 will be tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific time right here on Jody's Corner. Thank you guys so very much for being here. I'd like to thank BG4 for spending his time standing in when Code is just MIA. I hope Code is alive. Like, really, I called him and everything. No answer, nothing, no show, nothing. He just
I texted
off the
him
planet.
and called him, yeah.
Shout out to BG4 for standing in and doing that due diligence. Thank you, my brother.
No problem.
Appreciate you. And you did great.
I hope somebody did just like Damon did, and they stole an egg, and he's trying to get it back right now. That's all we're trying.
People in the chat, let us know in the comments on replay. Let me know what you think about BG4 being here. He did an excellent job. Shout out to Shiloh Ward, man. Thank you for being here, my brother, bringing that fire. And
I bring that Jakaris.
Yeah. Do I think? I don't. Shout out to my dude Raiden. Guys, if you want to see the live watch parties, patreon.com/Jody's Corner. Next Sunday at 6 o'clock, we will be watching it live together. Uncut, titties, blood, guts, all that juiciness. I'm going to edit out the footage for YouTube. And Star 3 on Patreon will get their uncut reaction. Thank you guys so very much.
I forgot to get my merch, Jody. Where'd I get the merch? I forgot
merch,
to get it
man,
this
what you
week.
mean? If they look in the comment section down below, they can find the merch.
Where's your common sense, Sad?
Common sense is not common.
Not only that, if you look down below, you can be able to see that there's House of the Dragon merch available through the special affiliate link that I was given to by Warner Brothers. Make sure y'all go over there and check out that store and get your merch. The official House of the Dragon merch, of course, baby. Go to the store, check it out. 15% off with code Labor Day. House of the Dragon merch. Hey, this cup is fire. It's black when it's cold, but when you put hot water in it, the eye of the dragon pops up. Check the link down below. Get something.
I know exactly what that's going to get used for.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a freak.
They're calling it a serving plate.
Thank you guys so very much for being here. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate you guys very much. We are out of here. Deuces.